Check 1 2 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 check 1 2
直播线上的各级弘法人员及同门，大家午安，大家好，欢迎大家再次来参加苏莫传世间读书会。今天我们读书会为大家邀请到美国加州尊圣雷藏寺释莲生上师来与大家分享师尊的文集第241册《遇见本尊》，让我们以热烈的掌声欢迎莲生上师。现在我们先请真佛国业藏基金会的代表线上供养，以表诚挚的谢意。接下来我们一起来聆听莲生上师的导读。
我们先观想典礼根本传承上师圣尊莲生活佛，典礼真佛中历代传承祖师。彩虹雷藏寺坛城诸佛菩萨护法金刚空行诸尊，各位尊贵的上师、法师、讲师、助教，各位同门，各位善信，大家午安。今天呢是讲这一本。这个是文集第241集《遇见本尊》。这一本书啊，本身我们先了解一下，这个本尊法在密法里面它的重要性是什么？其实本尊法，师尊讲过，就是我们的成就根本。你将来修行到达的这个净土。你自己成就，不管是升起次第也好，或者是圆满次第也好，这些呢都需要本尊在一路上面的这个呵护。所以本尊法可以讲，虽然说它是外法，但是它也是从头到尾都跟我们不离不弃的一个修法。那我们现在看这个《遇见本尊》本书的重点。在这一本书里面呢，我是把它分成3部分。师尊呢是先讲述本尊是否真实，要让大家对本尊呢，他的是不是真实有本尊，先有一个了解。再来呢，第2个，师尊呢会讲述这个本尊的功德。因为就算是把这个本尊的他的这个什么是本尊讲出来，但是因为又是空又是有又是明又是空的，所以在这一些阶段里面，众生很难去了解。那因为很难去了解，所以师尊呢就接受了那个弟子们的这个建议，用他的感应来显示本尊的功德。那因为有这些感应，有显示这些功德，让大家对本尊就会产生一种相信。这个是师尊在这本书用心良苦的这个第二个重点。第3个，师尊讲述你要如何去见到本尊。这个是这一本书的3个主要的重点。那我们现在呢，先看这个本尊是否是真实的。本尊是否是真实，在师尊的这个里面的序文跟这个第1篇文章，他有讲这一本书的这个导读。那里面呢，我把它简化成一个图表。什么是可见，什么是不可见？那为什么有时候又讲佛菩萨的法身不可见、不可闻、不可视？那为什么又一下子又讲说，怎么又看到这个佛菩萨在6道里面呢，随处显现度化众生？它到底是怎么一回事？其实在佛成就的时候啊，佛成就它成就的是2种，一个是如来的法身，也就是所谓的自净；一个是如来法身的功德，也就是示净。这一种内自证出来的一种无上正等正觉， 当你是在自尽的时候，他是没有办法用你的眼耳鼻舌身意去感触、去感应的。所以我们说它不可闻、不可见、不可视，这个是如来法身的境界。但是呢，我们知道，当如来在他修行的过程里面，他曾经有做过这个六度万行，做种种的功德。那以前呢也讲过，这个功德是不会灭的，不会改变的。那这个佛菩萨他变成这个法身了以后呢，他还是一样，在他以前所做的这些种种的功德，这些种种的功德呢，他还是有这些这个还是一样能够产生在这个六道里面，那种种的法界里面。所以在这个自尽里面，我们讲的是空性，也就是体性空。在如来法身功德这个世境里面呢，我们讲的是觉性，也就是妙有、明觉有。那这个体性空跟明觉有，它到底是怎么一回事？在世尊的书里面呢，有讲到法报应三生。这个法报应三生，我把它截录出来。世尊讲法身空无一物，讲的就是如来自尽的这个境界。这个报身跟应身，这个是报身世尊用光明庄严，应身世尊用应化万物。那我在这边稍微解释一下，像报身，阿弥陀佛出现在西方极乐世界，有一位阿弥陀佛。那这一位在西方极乐世界用种种的庄严成就一个净土，然后去度化众生的这一种叫做报身佛。那你有这些功德相，那也是因为这一尊佛菩萨他在恒久以来在行六度万行的时候所累积的种种功德，所以他才能够显现出一个净土的这一种现象出来。那应身世尊讲是应化万物，也就是说，无论是在地狱、恶鬼、畜生、人界、天界、阿修罗界，甚至一切的十法界，佛都有他的这个应身能够出现。那这个应身来讲，像世尊在这一世，他显现莲生活佛，他本处是阿弥陀佛。那这一位应身，就是我们现在看到的莲生活佛。那很多人就问了，他说：“这个是有业才会来到娑婆世界，才会来到这些六道的众生，才会轮回。那这些佛菩萨到底他有没有业？他到底有没有业？”在《解深密经》里面讲，佛菩萨当然是有业，他才能够依照这一个业的功德显现出他的这个应身相。就像世尊现在显现出他的应身相，那他的业跟众生的业一不一样呢？很像一样，很像不一样。什么是很像一样？因为都是业嘛，都是做了善因积的功德。很像不一样在哪里？很像不一样是众生是以有为的心来受他自己的业，佛菩萨的这些应身是以无为而为的心来接受他的业。因为无为而为，所以三轮体空。因为三轮体空，所以受业，但是不随业转，他不受这个轮回。像世尊在这个娑婆世界的这个应化身，他不断的说，这个生生世世度众生啊，粉身碎骨度众生啊，无论他是如何的显现，在佛菩萨的这一个应化身里面，其实都是只是一个幻象的过程，他并不是真正的去受到那一个轮回的这个业报。所以在这边跟大家讲一下，那你不可以说，这个佛菩萨，这个是法身，法身就全部都是空的， 全部都是空性，因为他也会随着他的这个功德，随着众生跟他之间的缘分而显现在六道众生里面，六道里面去度化一切跟他有缘的众生。所以现在大家对本尊就要有一个正确的认识，不要以为本尊讲的，不要以为在佛教里面学的就是要学空无，不是这样子而已，而是随缘自显现，随着众生的缘分，随着一切的这个万物的万缘，它能够随缘自显现出来度化众生。如果说大家明白的话呢，那今天所有的这些山河大地，所有的一草一木，甚至我们都是生在这个佛的这一个法身功德里面，在这个法身功德里面，在很久以前呢，这第一次我听师尊还在以前的这个问事坊里面开示，我曾经听过师尊讲，我们都生活在佛的身体里面。当时我听不懂这句话，但是现在我明白，因为我们人的这个世境跟如来的法身功德其实是重叠的，如来的法身功德遍满一切法界，那我们是在法界里面的一部分，所以我们也就是在法界，在如来法身功德里面。这样子，如果你能够明白的话，那你对本尊的这个认识，你就能够产生一种信心。因为既然无处不在，那剩下的是什么？你可以跟你的本尊产生接触呢？剩下的就是你的一个信心，甚至你的一个呼喊，你的一个意念，你就能够马上跟在这一个万象之中的如来法身功德，你就能够马上跟他产生这个接触，产生这个缘分。你对本尊的修行，对一切诸尊的修行，你会马上产生一种很大的信心。你不会再想说，我今天要修多少法，我才能够见到佛菩萨，我才能够跟我的本尊相应，不会的，因为你已经了解了如来法身功德是具足在所有的世间里面。这个是跟大家解释一下这个自境跟世境。请大家说话小声一点哦。我们现在在做这个读书会，要很专心才能够讲这些东西。喝个水。好，那在这里，本尊是否是真实的？师尊的书里面讲，本尊看不到，但确实有。师尊的意思是说，依照我的修炼，我自心明白，能感应到其他人感应不到的，而这些感应连接了众生很多发生的故事。我要写的就是这个。那在这里，师尊有讲，如来看不到，本尊看不到，那是因为他的法身，但是确实有，他也的确是显现在所有的这些法界里面。那依照师尊的修炼，依照师尊的感应，也的确发生了很多这些感应的故事。你虽然没有办法明白，你虽然没有办法直接去测度到本尊的存在，但是因为听到师尊讲的这些功德感应的故事，你也可以一样对本尊产生一种敬信、亲近的信仰、亲近的信心。你也可以一样对本尊有一种诚心。所以这个是师尊在
will establish affinity with the Buddha, with the principal deity. So what is the main point here? Now, when you see the merit of seeing your own principal deity, this is the list. You can be reborn in the principal deity's Pure Land, your wisdom and your blessing will increase, and then you have very, very strong faith. As a result, be able, your obstacles and disaster can be removed, can be purified, and then be able to liberate a lot of sentient beings in the spiritual realm. Let them be able to free from suffering. And I put all this in point form to let you know. And because if you have faith in the Buddha land because of the principal deity, you'll be reborn after die. And this disciple asked Grandmaster, when it's time for me to pass? But sure enough, Grandmaster told him the time, and your principal deity manifests in front of you with an enormous of light. And if you believe in your own principal deity, the merit of believing, you'll be able to reborn in your personal deity's Pure Land. Grandmaster said that we have responded with the personal deity, then if you can see, you will have a lot of blessing, and will be able to help you to increase your wisdom, and it can also remove your disaster. Like Grandmaster told us one time, he's coughing so bad, and suffer from his cough. And what happened? Who he asked blessing from? Golden Mother is his personal deity. As a result, it's all gone. In fact, Grandmaster gave us numerous, countless stories to understand, to realize there is principal deity, although you don't see. In fact, achievement, it does not jump from zero to the skyrocket to have achievement. In fact, your progress of achievement is progressing accordingly. Then your faith also developed accordingly. So nothing is 110 right at the beginning. If people say that, then it's all lies. So how the principal deity responds, it is according to your cultivations as you progress step by step until that you'll be able to have a total response, total unionship with your own principal deity. That means you have achievement, then you are the principal deity. And in this book, to see your principal deity, you can help Lotus Spirit to be able to reborn in Pure Land, like people that die in an accident, die in a big trauma. And then the other is, when you practice the principal deity, then you have the merit of the have protectors to come to guide you. And if you practice your principal deity, what happens? You will have the protection from your principal deity's retinue and the protector. So when you receive, when you have come across with obstacle, or sometime obstacle that you don't even foresee or even feel it, but because you practice principal deity, you will receive protection and be guarded without your knowledge. In fact, the principal deity is always with you. Everything you do in your life, your daily life, you eat, you sleep, you go to the washroom, you bath, you walk 24 hours. It's always with you. So that means that it's It's like a shadow following you. This is what your goal. So how do you do that? You often gotta be mindful with your principal deity. That you always mindful that your principal deity is right alongside with you. Yes, a lot of people. A lot of people want to have charm, protection charm, and they go to ask for help. To how to be protected. But I tell you, best method is you often think of principal deity and practice your dharma. That's the best way to protect yourself, to keep yourself safe and sound. When you have your meal, before you have your meal, every meal you offer to the principal deity. And if you always mindful with the principal deity, you always received blessing and protection. And a lot of people that have no idea the practice principal deity, it's a lot of people think that it's starting from step on the outside. Like a lot of people think when you want to progress from outward to go to in-depth internal practice, you've got to do that first, because everything is according to procedure. So what happened in the beginning, you start in the basic step, and as you progress, and then you devote your practice with your entire life. And when you do that, your principal deity will be able to help you that one day you'll be have achievement very soon. Now I want you to understand more. In the book, 001, 003, in this book, you will be able to see the merit to practice your principal deity. You can jot it down. I want you to read this book. Now, let's go to the next page. How do you be to see your principal deity? And principal, in fact, you gotta go by according to step. First, it's what it's focused in the heart, and also talk about qi, channel your and light drop. So if you want to practice the Dharma, you need to have the empowerment first. And you gotta have empowerment from Grandmaster to receive your principal deity's Dharma. You gotta know how to make offering and worship your principal deity, like set up a shrine and give offering. So you gotta set up a mandala. We call it a shrine is mandala. Then you gotta according to teaching, you got to do visualizations, do the mantra, give the offering, perform the hand mudra, and then step by step you be able to go in from outward practice. Now go into more the in-depth. The outward practice is the basic foundation, and then as you progress, you will be able to enter into samadhi. Then you'll be able to have realizations, the true realization. So samadhi is very important. The qi, chakra, and light drop is very, very, it's in fact all from the heart. So if your heart is not in peace, if your heart is not right, it's not in the right path, you don't have the right view, you do not have the right deed, I tell you, you're not going to have respond your principal deity, because you do not have righteousness. So it's very important that to have response with the principal deity, you got to have right view, right thought, right act. In Grandmaster book, has written tell us, when you have achievement, although Grandmaster, maybe you do not have a complete, the ultimate 100% achievement with your principal deity, but you need to, then what you need to be able to have the chi, chakra, and light drop, to have the body to be able to glowing with light. In fact, when you practice the principal deity practice, you might get progress as time goes by, but you're not exactly as your principal. You're not exactly the same as your principal deity's achievement, but you are fall through time according your progress, and you will have the merit, be able to see your principal deity, you'll be able to see the Buddha nature, and then you will have the right view, have the right realizations. But all of these, you must have faith. Without faith, nothing. You will not have achievement. So this is so important. This is the pitfall. Now, next page. It's a criteria to see on principal deity? Oh, there's a lot. And in fact, I read through the book, I put everything in point form, and in these are only a part of it. You have pure faith, and you gotta have sincere, you gotta pray, you gotta hold the precept, you gotta willing to free yourself, and you gotta have bodhicitta heart, you gotta have a right view, and you gotta be able to submerge in the meditations, and you were willing to forsake the material world. And when you have like pure faith, if you do not have the pure faith with your principal deity, when you come across with really, really strong obstacle, you will burn by your own trouble, your mental afflictions, because you do not have the pure thought. You will forget your principal deity because the frustration fire, the angry fire, and also your greed of fire, and then you have so much obstacle and so much karma you have accumulated, and you suffer from them, and yet during your suffering you forget your principal deity. But if you follow your principal deity according the principal deity's vow, the ability, the principal deity merit, if you have all this belief and in fact, and how come when you are suffering with your own poison that you not be able to overcome? Because of your faith. Your sincerity is very important. The crucial point that to have principal deity response achieved in your practice is very important, is that faith. Once you take refuge, a lot of people have response, and at the end, what happened? After 2 days later, people fall down, and it's, oh, Grant, I tell you, this Dharma, it's not so good, because I don't think the Grandmaster has power, because I fall down when I even walking. But a person who is really sincere, have pure faith, immediately to take refuge to Guru Living Buddha Lian-Sheng, you are just so focused, and without any doubt that you will follow his teaching from the heart, and your heart will so focused. You understand that what happened to me today is my karma. Doesn't matter you take refuge or not. Doesn't matter you practice the Dharma or not. You take refuge or not. Because this is your own karma. Sooner or later, you need to face it. So it's nothing to do with what you do. Nothing to do with the. Nothing to do with you enter into True Buddha school, you take refuge, you take the True Buddha practice because you practice principal deity. You gotta understand that. All you got to do and in fact, the path of your practice in your life is really rely on you, your true faith. And then, in fact, do you speak to your own principal deity in your heart? Grandmaster said. Grandmaster talked to the principal deity in his heart. They have a conversation. They have a heart-to-heart conversations. For example, you talk. When you practice the Dharma, you make dedications. When you pray, that is to talk. And in fact, you can talk to your principal deity by praying to me anytime. With my own experience, you will. In fact, when you pray to the Dharma, when you pray to your principal deity, then what happens? Suddenly, you will have these intuitions. Give you teaching, spiritual teaching, like suddenly tell you, well, give you the wisdom, let go. And you should deal with this you should deal with it in this fashion. And with all this experience, after a while you develop relationship with your principal deity through your faith, through your through your observation of your own behavior, meaning you have to abide by the precept. You gotta control yourself. You gotta behave well. If you don't behave well, then what happens? You create all sort of obstacle for yourself. And it doesn't matter what Dharma you practice. And I tell you, it doesn't matter how hard you practice, the result will not be good. Sometimes you might not even have any success at all. So it's very important that during practice, you gotta able to observe the change, the forever changes, the impermanency of life. You gotta be able to watch, not just what happened with this incident. You should watch over through every moment and minute, like this cup of water. You hold this and suddenly you drop. You drop your cup, it broke. But do you look at this? Oh, this is impermanent. See, in fact, you're not focusing on this cup. It's broken once it hit the ground. But you should view it as what? This cup, it's only a compositions, and because of the time and usage. And then as time goes on, suddenly it dropped on the floor. But in fact, you have to understand that rather this cup, it's in whole or not, you'll be able to see that nothing it's permanent. Everything is impermanent. People, and in fact, people that really understand impermanent of life, and a person that understands that you will see life is everything, is forever going, forever changes, nothing stands still. And you will understand that you should not attach to anything. If you understand that, then you will have the desire to be liberated. Then if you want to have liberations, you also need to have pradicitas. And in fact, I want to write a few points, but when I read through this book, I look, wow, in fact, the whole book's revolves around bodhicitta. But this is the result, this is why I tell you. This whole book's revolves around bodhicitta. Without bodhicitta, you will not be able to comprehend the true meaning of impermanency. It's very important that we often gotta hold our heart. Remember, I told you if you want to have achievement, you gotta go by step, accordingly, from foundations to build up. So, in fact, when you have contact with anyone, you gotta observe yourself. How do you deal with everyone around you? You gotta observe. If you do not have the ability to observe what your heart is doing, then you will not be able to overcome situations. Then that means you let outside situation to affect you, you get trapped. Now I'm going to use the fastest speed to tell you what's going on. To see your principal deity, there's 4 steps. Now today, how do you say, there's a term, how the auspiciousness of great meeting. So what is the difference? When you see principal deity, you know if the principal deity transform in shape, and then manifest in the boundless of Dharma realm. How the principal deity manifests and transform, you appreciate it, you understand. This is a merit. This is why the Buddha has so much merit. That's why be able to transform. When you understand that the merit of the principal deity, then you have the faith. And this is how you, because of the theory, you understand the theory, you'll be able to see the Buddha. Now, the second step, when doing your practice, your realization, the meet in your realizations. Remember, when you start practicing, you got to chant and you got to hold a precept. You got to go to meditations. You got to watch your heart, and you got to look at you got to learn about the character and of the your principal deity, and then you mimic and copy what the principal deity thinks and walk. So when things happen, then you know how to deal with all situations. And then you also, because when situation come up, you be able to observe yourself and also wake up from. You could be able to observe yourself and you to rectify yourself, redeem yourself. That's your second form, a second step to seeing your own principal deity. Now go a step further. How do you get very, very close to the principal deity? But you have not been able to totally submerge to a point you are like the achievement as the same principal deity. Because of the time factor, I just be very brief. You want to see principal deity? You gotta understand first theory. You gotta have first. You gotta understand the theory. Second, in your practice in Dharma, follow Grandmaster teachings, pitfall teaching, and then follow each step, and to review and deeply able using your practice, be able to look within yourself. That's your second step. And third, in your samadhi, you can see your principal deity. And then you become closer as one. That's the third in your samadhi. And the fourth one, you practice chi, chakra, and light drop. And then, if you have that achievement, then you and principal deity as one. Then you will see your principal deity. You are the principal deity. Because of time, the talk has to be end. The 275. and free the pitfall of liberations. And Lawyer Joe, let me sneak. She gave me to peek 3 chapters. When I read it, I almost broke down in tears. Because Grandmaster gave you the pit for teaching. The pit for teaching how to have principal deities. And then when I read these 3 chapters, in fact, I have goosebumps all over, because if Grandmaster revealed this pit for teaching sooner, it will help me be able to reach my goal. And I think this book will publish in January 2020. February, and the ceremony, the spring ceremony. So I don't miss out this book, 275. This is most precious book, and the pit for teaching to be liberated. The liberations, the knock of finding path to enlightenment. That's the name of the book, 275. We're really grateful to Master Nansen's teaching. And next week, 1:30 to 2:15, Master Nanzi 6. Then we'll be teaching from the next one. Thank you.